In this final paper, what we have is essentially revision of a load of earlier topics. So all the methods and tricks that you used in figuring out the answers in previous exam papers will be handy here again, because you need to reapply those to the new questions to get an answer. So if we look at the first one, question 3, which is looking at a sentence with an incomplete word. This is a context-based question, as you'll remember from earlier papers. You've got to look at the sentence as a whole and not just the incomplete word, because there's a few different options for the incomplete word, but if you look at the context, only one of them really fits. So you need to remember that for that one. For question 8, we've got a similar meanings question, and this one is about the process of elimination. So looking at the two sets of words and trying to figure out which one from here and which one from here have similar meanings. Go through each of them in turn, look at all the combinations and think, do they? No, they don't. Okay, we'll move on to this one then. So try and do them all, like in all their different combinations, and eliminate any that don't make sense, and eventually you'll be left with the one that does. Question 14, our last example here, has a diagram with numbers inside various shapes, and the shapes overlap, and you've got to add together certain numbers in certain places. So this involves reading the question very carefully to make sure that you know which numbers you need to look at, and not just that, but what you need to do with them. So there's a few ways that you could misinterpret that, but if you read the question very carefully, and then if you like, cross out all the numbers that you don't need, and or highlight or circle the ones that you do, then that will make it so much easier for you. And then once you've answered it, go back, have a look at the question again, and see if it makes sense. So really, what this is stressing is that once you've done an exam paper, don't just immediately forget everything that you've learnt. Go back and do revision, do things again, re-look at all your notes and try and drill the information into your head. The more you practice things, the better you will get at them, and the quicker you will get at answering them, and the more frequently you will get the answer right. Practice is so important when you're doing things like this, and approaching any exam you want to go back, figure out which areas you're not so hot in, and make sure you do everything possible to get better.